right, it is 6:30, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I am excited today. We are going to conduct our second lawyering exercise. We get to interview Mr. Phipps and Ms. Marple, and I know everybody's excited about that. So I'm going to just kind of talk really quickly, and then we're going to jump right into the interview so I can make sure we don't go over this time. The bottom line is that we learned very quickly last time, or I guess we've been talking about it really over the course of several classes, but that the ethical way to conduct witness interviews is non-suggestive interviewing. Basically, that means that grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 interviewing, that's the overt suggestion, it's the offering of consideration or payment to change your story or to give testimony, to give statements. That's grade 1, witness coaching. That is unethical and in some cases illegal. We've learned that subtle witness coaching, which is grade 2 witness coaching, that's really like leading questions, things where you're suggesting an answer to a witness, maybe by saying, I have an informant who told me you were there, is that right? That kind of thing. Suggesting is improper and it's unethical. And then the grade 3 witness coaching is really what this is all about, because we know that overt coaching is improper and that's fairly easy to avoid. But the hardest thing to avoid is the non-intentional coaching, right? I mean, if you don't know that you're doing something, it's pretty difficult to avoid it. So what we want to do is practice techniques that make sure that we're not coaching witnesses. We want to make sure that we are engaging in non-suggestive interviewing. And that can be done through a couple of different ways. I mean, the first way to do that is to make sure that we interview the witness right away while their memory is still fresh, so that they can get things accurately. We want to make sure that when we present ourselves, we do it in a professional way, so that the witness is most likely to share things with us. You don't want to go in there by saying, I'm an attorney, you have to tell me everything, otherwise I can subpoena you. Obviously that's going to be true if you're a district attorney or even a defense attorney. You can subpoena a relevant witness. However, you're not going to get the truth out of that person if you go in there like that, right? Especially when we're dealing with an 82-year-old woman from across the street and the owner of a grocery store here who maybe don't, for whatever reason, much have interest in this case or don't want to participate in the interview. And really, in this case, I guess I would call both of these witnesses neutral witnesses, right? We learned about hostile witnesses, folks who overtly don't want to participate. Both of these witnesses here are really neutral witnesses, which is why they're good witnesses to practice on. They probably want to tell the truth, but they don't have that much time. And they don't necessarily have time to just engage in a long trial. So we've got to practice techniques that get these folks to tell the truth, tell us things accurately, and that is being polite, dressing nicely, making a good lasting impression, and also we want to outline things ahead of time, what we're going to need to know. We've got to go through CalCrim and make sure we get all of the elements of whatever case we're focusing on. We want to make sure that we also look at the police report and find out if the witness is saying things, if the police have quoted everything accurately in the police report, if the witness is saying anything that's inconsistent with what they've said earlier, those kinds of things. So we're going to practice doing that today. What I'd like to do is the same as what we did before, except we're going to have just even a little bit less time. Each person is going to have 5 minutes to do their interview. And so what that means is you'll be in groups of 2, and you may either be the first or the second person, so you can pick up where the second person left off in terms of interviewing the witness. You don't need to start over again, just like we did last time. The other thing is I want to make sure that you all understand I guess the circumstances of how this is going to happen. You're going to be pretending to be the district attorney who's going to interview this witness, who's at their home or at their business, at their store. So you've already done this. You're doing it right away. immediately after things have happened. There's no glass or bulletproof window in front of you, so you can shake hands this time. All of those kinds of things. Just pretend that you're a district attorney interviewing a witness. Okay? So,